and not hours worked, and will be reported at year end on a Form 1099 if required by the IRS. So we're going to go over that today and how the taxes work. Does anyone here know someone who owns their own business? Okay, so yeah, so owning a business, when people own their own business, they don't work hourly. They put in a lot into it, usually if they own a business. And the way the government sees it is if someone is on a 1099, they aren't just working hour to hour. They put money into their business, they put time, extra time, that kind of thing. So the benefit is you'll have tax write-offs, and I'll go over how that works. And throughout your career, if you have any questions on that, I'll help you. And if I don't know the answer, I always call my accountant because he's a professional at that. So, but like gas mileage, food that you cut up on your demos, all that stuff is 100% tax deductible. So we'll go over that today. Okay, number 3, the sales rep may elect to participate in an additional incentive commission program, which is the base pay. That's how they refer to it. The minimum incentive program is the base pay for certain qualified presentations. To be eligible for the minimum incentive program, the qualifications below must be met. If qualifications are not met, then only the standard commission is applicable. Okay, so basically, in order to get paid the base pay, they have to meet the following criteria. Okay. A potential customer must be at least 25 years of age, okay? Now, just so you know, you could sell Cutco you could sell Cutco to a 9-year-old. You know, anyone can buy Cutco, and you can make commission on it, but what they're saying is that if they don't meet the qualifications, you can't get the $13, okay? So like my sister, she bought a Fisherman's Solution from me when she was 20. You know, she bought it for her boyfriend because she thought it was cool and stuff like that. And I made commission, which was more than what the base pay would have been anyway, but if I did a demo with my sister, went through everything, and she didn't buy a thing, I wouldn't be able to get the base pay for it, okay? The potential customer must be gainfully employed on a permanent basis, or in the case of a married couple, the full presentation must be given in the presence of the person who is employed. That's why you want to see both people together anyway, it's just easier that way. For instance, my friend Ashley, her mom works part-time as a substitute teacher, and even though I know for a fact, I've been friends with her since I was like 5 years old. I know her mom does all the balancing of the checkbook, and she spends money however, but I still made sure her dad was there because he was the one that works full-time. You know, so it's important to see both people. C, the presentation must involve a complete Cutco sales presentation, including all visual demonstrations and quoting prices. The presentations must be in person and in a one-on-one situation, not a group setting. So you want to make sure you do a whole demo, okay? And you'll probably have people who've seen Cutco before who are like, oh, I already know what I want. You'll have that happen sometimes, you know, so, and you'll feel like, oh, okay, I'll just write up an order, in and out, boom, boom. But why do you think you still want to do a whole demo for them?
Well, they probably forgot about some other things and something else might catch their eyes. So.
Yeah, I can't tell you how often it happens where someone's like, I already know what I want, and then they end up buying like way more stuff, or they get a better deal and they get the thing they want for free, you know, things like that. So someone like Kevin Webb, he did an appointment for someone who saw a demo 4 times and never bought anything. And they said, we already know how it works, you can come over, we're not going to buy anything, we've seen the demo, and they bought an Essentials Plus 5 because he did the demo. So it was years ago that they saw the demo, you know, and they didn't see his demo, you know, so so they've never seen your demo, and you're different than whoever was at their house before. Okay, so yeah, and then remember, obviously no groups, okay, and it's easier for you that way, I promise. So, and then D, the sales rep agrees to submit to the office manager a completed, qualified Cutco sales presentation report every week, and I'll grab that for you in just a moment, which is basically like a time card. You know, it shows the demos that you've done with their signatures and everything. The company reserves the right to contact people listed on the report for verification. The minimum commission for a sales rep under the minimum incentive program is $13 per qualified Cutco sales presentation, and it'll say that right on the thing in your email that you'll get. The minimum incentive program does not require a minimum number of appointments or sales. The minimum incentive program period is 1 week, so it's a weekly paycheck, okay? At the end of this period, the total number of qualified Cutco sales presentations is compared to total commissions earned on sales. If the standard commissions on sales are less than the total commissions earned under the minimum incentive program, the company will pay the difference on the sales rep's next commission statement. In other words, sales reps will receive at least the minimum incentive program commission, so the base pay, for all qualified sales presentations made regardless of sales made. If agreed to by both the sales rep and the manager, the minimum incentive program may be renewed for additional periods. The sales rep should pursue sales to maximize profits. Okay, so this is saying that you're going to make more in commission, but the base pay is there as like a fallback. You want to look at it as like a safety net. You know, when a tightrope walker, when they walk on a tightrope, their goal is not to fall. You know, they don't say, hey, my goal is to just fall on that net. but they're glad it's there if they need to. Like their goal is to obviously make it on the other side. So that's what the base pay is like. So I'm gonna grab your blue book, and so you guys can grab the presentation report so you can see what that looks like. Blue books. What's up, bud? I did. Why did you feed him again? Oh, we're gonna have some fat fish there.
Or dead fish.
No, we've had casualties, it's very sad.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so in the very front pocket is the presentation report. Okay,
First thing I see is $1,000.
the shopping spree. So if you wanna take out that black and white paper there. Grab one of those. And then if you just wanna take that out and put your name on top.
And they will come out.
Okay.
This is real. This is real. This is
It's
happening.
legit.
Oh.
Okay. So,
I like when some of the demos with him, because he's gonna be so excited. Just to watch him.
okay, so this is, and you guys will turn this in on Monday, so you'll get a new one of these on Monday. So your first paycheck is only from your first couple of days, because that's just how the week works there. Okay, your rep number, you'll get that in just a little bit, and then the date turned in will be Monday, it's the 18th.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because today is the 16th.
Yeah, this month is like halfway over. What
I know.
the heck?
Well, excuse me.
So, okay, so this is basically your time card. Okay, so you just put the date and time of the appointment. Okay, when you're done with the appointment, just put when you started it. The customer's name and address, just have them fill that in, and don't worry about filling it in right now because the demos haven't started. And then their phone number, and just so you know, we do have the company has the right to verify appointments. Now we never call and say, hey, why didn't you buy anything? You know, we never do stuff like that. But it's just a kind of a couple questions to make sure that the demo is done. But we don't do those checks very often. Sometimes the company does them randomly. But customer signature, just have them sign there. It's important to get both signatures in the box. I know they only give you a little bit of space, but try to get both signatures in there. So on the top of that column, if you just want to write both at the top of the column. Now, if it's a virtual demo, then you just write virtual, okay? Or if it's a phone order, you just put phone order there. Now, if they order something, just write yes, or write the letter Y. If they don't order, write no, the letter N. H, W, and S. So H you'd put for husband, W you'd put for wife, S you'd put for single. If it's a couple, okay, so for instance, like my parents, my dad and I call her my stepmom, but they're not really married, but I put couple, you know, because they're not technically married, but, so HW, now don't just put HW just to make me happy, you know, if it's just the wife, just put W. It is worth it though, to wait till you can get both people together, like I was saying yesterday. Someone like, you know, I think of Jessica Bush, her first like 4 or 5 demos were just the wife, and they were either no sales or like one piece. You know, and then the first couple she saw, husband and wife together, it was a set sale. You know, it was a galley plus 6. So, so it's good to see both people together. So number of recos, what do you think that means?
Recommendations.
Yep. So you just put how many recommendations they gave you that day on the spot. Yes.
How many do you typically ask for?
Well, do you guys remember how much you would get on average? I don't know if you guys remember from your interview. We get 6 on average, about 6. That's the average amount. But I'll show you today when you guys are learning how to get recommendations, like how you ask and everything. So, yeah, we have, most people give anywhere from like 6 to 10. I mean, sometimes you get a few from people, it just depends on how much how many they give you. So, but the recommendation approach is really easy. So you just put that down. And then CPO, you guys don't know what that means yet, so that's okay if you're looking at it like, what does that mean? It stands for commissions paid on, so you would just put down, it's basically the total retail sale, like how much they purchased. Now if you give something for free, it lowers that retail sale amount just a little bit, but the free stuff, do you think it helps you make a sale? Yeah, definitely. Okay, so like Richard was saying, last night he called PDI about a deal, and it lowered his total retail sale a little bit, but he wouldn't have sold anything if you didn't give him something for free. So for instance, with the Homemaker, it's like, you guys will have it in your price list, but it's like it's like $1,034 or something like that for the retail price without shipping. And then if you give the shears for free, subtract 70 points, so you end up having, it's like $964 total CPO, they called it, and you make $96 for